So since it was recently Remembrance Day, and we've got the video up. Don't worry, for people listening at home, we are all wearing our poppies. Rob is wearing nothing else. He's in bed just with a poppy on.
Yeah, I'm recreating the Hunter Biden photos with a poppy instead of his crack pipe.
Real quick.
You can smoke the poppy.
Yeah.
Real quick, the flower poppy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
The thing the British wear to remember all the Germans they killed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually smoking the ashes of my poppy. You know, it really gets you a good high. Roll them up.
It is to remember the fallen.
I am remembering the fallen. I loved him very much.
We're remembering the fallen. And speaking of the newly fallen, a hero amongst men is the wonderful business Garfield Eats.
Is smoking copious amounts of heroin count as
yes. Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay.
I love going into a massive K-hole and then thinking I'm in World War I.
That is the plot of a new movie I pitched. Like, you know, there's always those movies. I remember we had to watch one in elementary school about like, wasn't Lindsay Lohan in it? Where she's like reading about the Holocaust. Probably. And she wakes up and she's like,
Parent Trap.
What the fuck? I'm in the Holocaust. That's me, but you just you do a bunch of ketamine. Maybe you like don't respect the troops in the UK, and then you go back and experience World War One.
Oh, I fucking hate these troops, mate.
Wait, the poppy's for World War One, right?
Yeah, it's like for all fallen soldiers, supposedly, but no, it's World War One.
You do a ton of ketamine, and then suddenly you come to, and you're in Northern Ireland.
We'll get to that. But okay, we're respecting the recently fallen hero. Weird restaurant / app business Garfield Eats.
Q in the arms of the angel right now. Sarah McLachlan says there are many Garfields who need homes.
All right. RIP to a real one. Yes. Press F on your podcatching app now. It won't break it. It's fine.
Pressing F.
So Garfield Eats, for anyone who doesn't know, was like an Uber Eats competitor where like you could order food from this one restaurant in Toronto on an app. And while you were waiting for the food to be delivered, this was the catch. Here's the unique selling point. While you were waiting for food to be delivered, you could watch old episodes of Garfield and Friends.
What?
Nice.
You can't fucking do that with Lieferando. So.
How did they go out of business? How?
Where is the flaw in this business model? They had so many plans. They were going to open branches in London, England, and Bray, Ireland in 2021. But alas, that will never come to pass. But there was also one in Dubai because Dubai just has everything for some insane reason.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining just like these weird, like pedophilic, oil sheiks, just like loving Garfield.
That's why we need loans for small businesses in these trying times.
Yes, especially good Islamic banking loans with zero interest.
Yeah, my small business of Uber Eats, but for Mallard Fillmore, the conservative comic. We're in a lot of trouble right now with COVID and quarantine. But, conservative voices and conservative Uber Eats knockoffs not getting any help from the government.
Everyone needs to...
Dilbert, is the creator of Dilbert a massive Q dude?
He's a massive
weirdo.
Trump guy. He thinks he can like hypnotize people, like sexually hypnotize people.
Ew,
he's like what Jan Fleischauer thinks he is.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to the far more innocent thing that is Garfield
Allegedly.
Eats. Allegedly. This is Rob's new Comet Ping Pong. Garfield Eats. Okay.
I mean, if there was some place where child sacrifices were going on, I'm just saying it would be it's not at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, fair enough. So actually, this is something I want us to do a little bit of role play right now, where I'm going to read the pizza menu from Garfield Eats, and we all have to pick our pizza.
Okay. I'm down. Yeah, I love pizza.
Right. Okay, first on the menu, a Garfield Garita. Garfield Garita. Yeah. Okay. You might have copped onto this. Basically, a margarita. Okay, so this is the menu.
There we go.
Basically, a margarita pizza shaped in Garfield's head.
It's beautiful.
That's what was always was missing in pizza.
Yes.
Man, I just wish this pizza was shaped like Garfield.
Said by a true Italian.
Mamma mia, the cat who loved the lasagna must make the pizza in the shape of his head.
He is now the national mascot. Okay, second one. The Giardino with broccoli and avocado, tomato and vegetable sauce. I don't know what vegetable sauce is.
Me neither.
All right.
Is that like a bouillon?
I could order that.
Just
Yeah, giant cubes of bouillon, and they kind of melt like it's a fancy pizza with mozzarella. Just globs of bouillon.
It's
you mean
vegan.
a normal pizza with mozzarella? What?
No, the fancy ones in Europe. I never see that on my Pizza Hut pizza. It's uniform.
Pizza number 3 is a rib.
What?
Yep, is a rib. Rib steak with vegetables.
That's not a pizza.
No, it's on it's the pizza part of the menu.
Is that pizza boneless?
There's bones in the crust. Okay. Garfield Indiano.
Oh.
Yep.
That sounds problematic.
I want to stress that I am just reading verbatim what's on the menu. Mm-hmm. Cheese, milk, tikka masala sauces, and mild Indian spice.
I like how they had to emphasize it's mild. They're like, oh, I really want that milky pizza, but my stomach cannot handle those exotic spices. Oh, it's mild?
Yeah, it's just literally that picture of like the two girls, like the one like feeding the other milk.
Yeah.
But it's your pizza.
That's what, like, the pizza guy, the Garfield-themed pizza delivery guy arrives at your door, and then as soon as you pay, he just opens the box. And
Garfield just erotically gives you milk.
Ew.
Okay, next pizza.
So the other ones are actually pretty normal, but I did want to bring attention to just one classic item on the lasagna section of the menu, because it is Garfield Eats. There has to be a lasagna section. The first item on the lasagna section is called Big Anya. Anya spelt like the second half of lasagna.
Aye. That's Italian, baby.
Big AGNA. Big Anya. Okay, here's the description. A shish kebab chicken lasagna with bechamel sauce, lemon thyme, oregano, and the Garfield Eats sauce. So those are your options. Do you want the milk pizza or do you want Big Anya?
Me and my homies, we are planning to break into the Garfield Eats headquarters to steal the recipe for the Garfield Eats sauce. It's just too good. And they're putting us out of business because, actually it's our recipe and they stole it.
I think I figured out, Kieran, why this food chain failed.
What? Sounds fucking tasty.
Okay,
I'm going with the fucking milk pizza. All right,
rightfully so. It's full of calcium and good for your bones.
Yeah, sorry, Nick's just ordered for us. He's got a little large milk pizza we have to share.
Imagine calling that up and just be like, I want your milky pizza, please. And they're like, okay. Know what you're talking about. All right, cool. One milky fucking pizza.
You hear them yell back into the kitchen, we got another one.
Oh my god.
My son is also called Borscht. Everyone just wants milk pizza.
Wait, does it sound like it's a bit from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Milk steak, yeah.
Milk steak.
Yeah, boil your pizza in milk.
Oh.
So yeah, this is what happens with the weird themed restaurants that exist from Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, because I also got reminded that they recreated Central Perk from Friends in Dubai.
Oh,
so
sick.
You can just
Can we drop in the riff?
Hey, welcome to your weekly corner, Späti. We have the full gang back. Woo! Hello. Joined by myself, Nick, with Yulia.
Hello.
Kieran.
Yo, I'm back. I have a child now.
And Rob.
Hey, everybody.
Oh my God, Rob. You sound comfortable.
So
Rob is very comfortable. People can't see it, but he is.
So I was telling you guys before that I'm resting my head on a my pillow, but now it's kind of behind my right shoulder. But wherever it is, it's comfortable. And I think of how great he would be as our president. So it's really doing its job.
It's very hard to tell whether you want the founder of My Pillow to be president or this particular My Pillow.
I think that pillow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The founder
promises.
of My Pillow is not my president, okay?
But he is My Pillow.
Yeah, so speaking of presidents, the U.S. had an election. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to spend too much time on it. We did do a very long stream talking about it. Stuff has changed a lot since election night. But yeah, there's going to be a new president, and it seems like, okay, first of all, I got to come clean. So I don't know if you guys are seeing the online posts left, but they were basically saying, even if you don't explicitly endorse him, if you acted worried when he was losing, and if you're relieved when he pulled ahead, basically that's an implicit endorsement of him. So I have to admit, yes, I did want Kanye West to win the 2020 election. And, I know I didn't tell anyone to vote for him, but, all my friends and family, they just seem happier, So I'm going along to get along. And, guys who reply to Twitter selfies of the Red Scare girls with, not today, podcast wench, winky tongue emoji. They're right. I can claim to be neutral, but I'm a PMC lib. I revealed my biases. And they're the true revolutionaries. So, congratulations.
Now that Biden is going to be president, we can finally announce the Quarter Späti will be ending on January of 2021. The podcast is no longer needed. We have done it. We got it. We did it.
We won the election.
Yeah, I'm reporting from an aircraft carrier.
Joe Biden needs to acknowledge that they're claiming credit for this, but it was podcasters in Berlin who won him this election. Okay, and he has to listen to us. I mean, I joke, but that's pretty funny because just to back up, this is again, didn't want Trump to win. Don't really care either way. Like I said, I live in Germany, so I kind of feel bad that doesn't affect me as much. But this is basically the worst possible outcome, especially from a future political what's going to happen. In terms of definitely for any electoral left movement, because basically Biden won and everyone's claiming victory over, the rise of Trumpian fascism, and nothing else has changed. There are signs that the Democratic Party is getting I mean, I guess this is maybe a revelation of what was true all along, but they're just increasingly richer in losing working class voters, and as we talked about on election night, Latino voters, some black voters to the Republican Party, and there's basically no way forward for any the whole Bernie pitch was well, if a material politics is on the is available, then people will pick that because finally there's something real instead of all this bullshit. And this started almost a year ago. I don't know the exact date with the UK election. Because that was Corbyn's pitch, and everyone was like, "You're offering real stuff, but I kind of like Brexit. Can you give me the fake stuff?" Like they want the Garfield pizza instead of the actual food. And what are you supposed to do about that? Pizza. What are you supposed to do? Basically, it seems to me on a national
pizza that they want.
They only want the milky pizza, and so that's why, to me, all the people who are I understand why they're doing it, but remember who got you here? Organizers. Black organizers, Black Lives Matter, the group people fighting for a Green New Deal. And it's sort of if you really did get them elected, they're kind of just yeah, thanks for doing that. I'm going to do what I want now. It's almost like you're admitting your powerlessness. I don't know. It's very depressing.
It's very funny to see everyone rush out with their articles about how the left lost us this election, and then they went Command F, replace lost with almost lost. That they definitely had that narrative ready to go for if they lost the election, and they were just fuck it, let's see if we can do it anyway. So that's fun. That's fun that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't our we're a European show. It doesn't really fucking matter one way or the other at the end of the day for us, like Rob said. But yeah, I am more worried now about the future of the left in the United States than I would if Trump won, because we knew what that looks like, and I explained multiple times, like on other shows and whatnot. But Rob's absolutely right. This is the worst fucking outcome that you could imagine, especially Joe Biden winning by such a teeny tiny margin. Yeah. But
well, it's exactly what the Joe Biden people want. They want Joe Biden in there, and a lot of his voters were like, and we see this in the Senate results, right? Because Joe Biden trended 4 to 5 points ahead a lot of the Democratic Senate candidates in Maine. I'm trying to think where else. Yeah. I can't remember Iowa, but I think he lost Iowa. So anyway, but the point is that there were a significant number of people who voted Joe Biden for president and Republican all the way down the ticket. Yeah. And like, not just Republicans, a large group of people who dominate the media, who are like the upper middle class, rich people. This is their ideal outcome. They're like, we don't have to look at Trump all the time, and nothing's actually going to change in Congress. And so like, that's perfect. And I just feel like everyone asserting that, like, no, we have to put pressure on the Democrats. And it's sort of like, are you trying to convince yourself that it's still possible, or are you what's going on here?
Like, I mean, another aspect of it from like the perspective of the left is like nothing has fucking changed.
No, it's status quo.
Yeah, it's status quo, and like the organization that has to happen is still the same. It's like on the ground stuff that's way more important than electoralism. The nice little benefit that I think I realized, not the night, but the next day when it was becoming clear that Biden had won, was like, oh, it was kind of nice that all my lib friends were talking about all the same shit I'd always been talking about and understood that. And now they just get to go back to brunch. So that's fun.
Yo, I literally saw fucking people posting the next day from fucking brunch, all right? Like, I mean, I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, but isn't that what we already talked about when this was about the Brexit and stuff like that. But it's kind of like lib organizing. It's important when there's an election coming up, and it's kind of like this wearing EU sweaters and shit like that, and caring about it as long as there is like the enemy, which would be the Cheeto in chief or whatever Americans say, whatever.
We do
and then, and then Biden won, and so now, now you can not care about politics anymore. Now you can go back to brunch, as Nick said.
I think it's even maybe a little more nefarious than that when you consider it from the left, because they've defined the scope of politics. Politics is when there's the bad man in office and you all rally to get it out. And you could say when the bad thing happens, like Brexit, and you all rally to get it out. And like, that's it. Anything else on top of that is like basically no one cares. Or actually, we don't really need it. And I think people retreat more and more. We see it already on the right in the U.S. because Obama was like a trigger for them before Trump was a trigger for the left. But basically, it's sort of like, I mean, this goes back to why isn't there a coup happening, or why isn't there this like mass violence that like a lot of very panicked commentators were saying, and it's sort of like, because it's all just fucking make believe for them too. They just want to complain. They just want to get mad and yell at people on TV. And now the liberals can do the same thing. They're just going to get mad and yell at people on TV. All of their like claimed, I think a lot of people would say that, obviously they weren't truly held all along. They never believed in doing progressive legislation like the Green New Deal. But like what and this is what goes back to the Corbyn election and the Bernie campaign, is that it was on the menu, and they said, "No, I want milky pizza," and that's it. You can't say Bernie would have won. I mean, he probably would have won because Biden won also, but like, you can't keep doing the meme because, I mean, you can do it if you want, but you're going to be just like them, like kind of like making yourself feel good and being like, I live in a nice, good world where Bernie would have won. And I mean, go ahead and do that all you want, but don't pretend you're like actually doing politics.
You know who is doing politics though?
Who?
Europe.
Wait, I don't know if you're gonna. Speaking of Europe, I do want to get this in. Kieran, you've been our on the ground reporter on this. What are the prospects of Joe Biden reunifying Ireland?
All right, so I want to actually square something away because people have been getting confused. I know the language gets confusing. When I say Catholic nationalist, I do not mean because the whole bit I was doing on Twitter was that like Joe Biden is a Catholic nationalist. I do not mean like Republicans because they were relatively anti-sectarian and
so not the cool kind of.
No, I mean like Franco-ass.
I was about to say,
bullshit.
Joe Biden,
Yeah.
Francoist Joe Biden. We have to lathe him into existence. Actually, no, we shouldn't. We're too powerful.
Yeah, no,
I think it would already happen because, I mean, we've already started our transition to a full-time Catholic podcast. Joe Biden, I think, could unify a long time, a classic movement in the Democratic Party. Perhaps before the New Deal. I know there was overlap, but if you're not going to do like actual legislation like the New Deal, might as well go back to that classic New York City machine of like a bunch of Catholics being like, we're the Democratic Party. This is how it works. And Biden could bring that back. He could bring together all of the the Catholics of America into one, coherent
But why
force.
can't it be the fun Catholic, like the Mexicans or something?
No, we can't do that. No,
Why not?
It's shit Catholics.
Wait,
It's
wait.
Bavarians.
No, what? There's no such thing as fun Catholics.
No, I get it. Like the Mexican Catholics who've taken a bunch of like indigenous traditions and melted it in.
Exactly,
Yeah,
those Catholics.
Classic,
The one
classic
with
Catholic holiday.
yeah, the one with Day of the Dead, so Dias de los Muertos, and
Here's a depiction of Mary where she has a snake in her eyes.
exactly, Evil Mary.
Evil Mary, Dark Mary,
Dark Mary.
shiny Mary that you get in the booster pack.
I want that. Can we have that Catholicism?
No, it's sexless, pasty, fucking Bavarian.
Damn it, not
Hungarian,
Bavarian.
Polish.
Can they at least be covered in blood?
Yes, gory Catholicism.
Was it like? I am interested in Rob's position because like it's very hard. I feel like it's very hard to like convince Catholics to go back to the Democratic Party because why would you do that when the Republican Party is just going to offer you like a lifetime gig on the Supreme Court? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got to keep you got to keep the Catholics in place. But aside from like Joe Biden nationalist, Catholic nationalist Joe Biden, which is been a trip.
Well, okay, wait. I just want to comment on that because another meme that's not unrelated to all the like, we're gonna push him left, y'all, is like, yo, get this. What if here's my new Twitter joke. What if Joe Biden was a Marxist, Leninist, Maoist? Pretty funny, right? Upvotes to the left. And like, but what's funny about the Catholic stuff or the IRA stuff is that he does say like, oh, you're with the BBC? I'm Irish. He's like he's pissing off all the Brexiteers, and like there's actually at least some basis to it.
He's in on the joke now, which is why I had to stop. No, so the actual thing behind this is that to relate it back to Europe is the Brexit plan that Boris Johnson had is now like fucked, massively fucked because his whole plan was like
Joe Biden already racking up those W's.
Pretty much So, like, Brexit was, like, this Atlanticist project of, like, fuck Europe. I don't want to be involved with Europe. All the cool kids hang with, like, America. That's what the UK thought they could do. And apparently, I haven't been paying attention for a while, but Boris Johnson's entire plan hinged on Trump being re-elected. Which, when you say that out loud, dumb as fuck plan. Absolutely fucking stupid plan. Because, like, I know we thought he was going to win it again, but it was ultimately a coin toss. That's not what you hinge a fucking plan on. Because basically the Brexit plan so far was to ignore the Good Friday Agreement. Hope, cross your fingers and wish into the mirror that like sectarian violence didn't return to Northern Ireland. And Donald Trump would give you a trade deal. And now that's not happening.
Donald Trump isn't fucking Irish either. That's the main problem here.
But that's why he would have been like, yeah, fuck the Good Friday Agreement. I'm Scots-Irish.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So you think more like Biden is going full EU again?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Of course.
But it is
because he says he's Irish, but that last name, Biden, come on.
But Joe Biden's really created a lot of fans within the German political class.
Speak on it.
Yeah. Oh, just, what was it? Sight had their
we're gonna need a powerful hose ready to spray some cold water on Deet Sight because they are getting very worked up over the democracy returning.
Biden and with Biden and Kamala Harris, and just said Hoffnung underneath it.
Before they had it in English with just Kamala Harris that said "Make America Vote Again."
Oh God, they need to, that hose is ready, Rob.
The German media loves Biden even more than liberals do, which is funny because even the ones who are like Biden Harris, we did it. Like no one like this is the K high for Kamala, but like the German, like middle-aged German men who work in media, like Biden is like Beyonce for them. They're like, we are all in on defending Biden. Y'all, people trying to cancel Biden online. I also rub, my niece's shoulders and actually any girl between the ages of 13 and 19. So we have to defend him. Like, finally, they have a little representation at the highest halls of power, and they're all in on it.
I legitimately think sometimes too that Germans like Obama more than Americans do, and this like perfectly explains it as well. Is that Barack Obama fits into the things of like, what do Germans love about America? They love fucking Route 66, and they love Barack Obama because if they like Barack Obama, it doesn't make them racist. And Joe Biden is Barack Obama's cool white friend.
I know.
Everything
exactly. It's them. They got into office.
Have you seen the beautiful cover story? I don't know what it was. Was it Zeit? Probably. Yeah, it was Zeit. It said like Hoffnung, so hope, and it was a picture of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in the sense, like in the way that Obama was portrayed. Yeah, with the hope thing. Yeah, so Germans believe that this will be a continuation.
They love it. Those little piggies love it.
I know.
A little Schweinchen.
You can spy on our phone, or you can even spy on our chancellor. We don't care.
As long as it's someone who's fucking cool doing it. Joe
exactly.
Biden with his fucking aviator
he made jokes about it.
Yeah, licking that ice cream.
Yeah, licking his wife's finger. Yeah, Joe Biden.
Something else German men love to do.
Catch fucking Joe Biden at Kit Kat Club. Am I right?
German men love being vaguely, strangely sexual in public with their wives. More in the South.
Yeah.
Finally getting into Bergheim, and I go to the bathroom, and just Joe Biden asking me to pee on him.
Beautiful.
And I'm just like,
allegedly, Kieran. Allegedly.
I've never been to Bergheim.
Joe Biden, if you are listening to this podcast and are thinking of suing us because of what Kieran said, may I tell you that the climate is going to destroy the world in 8 years if you do not pass the Green New Deal. So please, my name is Rob. I'm not saying my last name on the podcast. Please do something about this. I'm pushing you left. Thank you.
And that's it. Joe Biden is making Rob sub position in the new Comintern.
Wonderful. But there is a little bit of a symbiotic relationship there because the exact, like you said, Yulia, the people who wear the EU flag hoodies are the same people who are, we're getting out there and, supporting Biden Harris. They're the vanguard, we should say, of the Biden of the Biden Harris movement. And there is a bit of a symbiotic relationship between the two because on CNN, they're always saying they're dancing in the streets of London and Paris. Like, the world is, like peace is restored to the world. And like, there's definitely a feeling.
Mission accomplished. Exactly. Joe Biden is on an aircraft carrier.
But that's absolutely like the outlines of a certain kind of the upper middle class people who vote for the Democrats absolutely see the EU and like, not even necessarily, it's funny because it even fits because those people would be skeptical of things like Medicare for all. And I mean, the EU also would be like, let's not do anything a little crazy now. we just want stability and to, not have Orange Man in the White House. And so I do think they fit together hand in glove. However, because I am pessimistic, I do have to agree with Boris Johnson's bet long term that I think the majority and plurality position, because the only people who participate in this clown show are people who want to just, squeeze the clown's nose and go, because it's fun. That's all voting is. There will be an Atlanticist right-wing position, if not in 2024, then in the future. And I do think that is a safe bet. Because, and it's not even betting. I think the UK looks at the US and being like, bro, I get you. These fucking these fucking continentals, what the fuck are they doing? Like, we get each other. Like, let's go hog wild on this. And I do think that is the long-term trend.
Oh yeah, like a lot of Central and Eastern Europe will also like.
Oh yeah. True.
Despite like.
True. Should clarify.
Wait, I want to hear Kieran's point.
But like, despite like there's been Orban has been like, oh no, we still think Trump is president or whatever. But like, that will fade away fairly quickly because they're just like they're still horny for that like NATO fucking missiles and
Orban desperately giving Trumps about how to actually like seize power and like control things, and Trump is like, who is this guy again? The Polish guy. I love him. He's a great guy. We're giving him the troops.
I just want to hear Trump before he goes out of office. I just want to hear him say goulash. Goulash. Love it, folks. Goulash. Paprika and everything.
Well, if Central Europe is a specter haunting the Western European liberal EU flag hoodie wearing individual, there's a similar specter haunting the upper class American liberal, and that is Florida. And I'm not the first person to make this connection.
Nikki, is that what you wanted to say?
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say. Germans, Germans, they want to cruise Route 66. They want to love Barack Obama just like a true American would.
They want to make fun of Florida.
They don't want to do anything cool that like normal Americans actually do, which are like none of those things. So I guess Süddeutsche Zeitung found out about Florida Man recently, that fucking meme from like 6 years ago.
I will say popularized in 2013 according to Wikipedia. That's only 7 years ago, but I think we can expect a resurgence of Florida memes in German media pursuant to the 10-year thesis.
Oh, yeah.
So shit. It's just laughing at poor people. I hate it.
E-Bims Florida Man.
E-Bombs
I take
E-Bims.
E-Bims Florida Man.
Okay, I am taking a little bit of a counterposition to this because while I agree it is absurd and they're just like, how about we fucking say it's like Florida, like they just want to do, basically like Central European man can be like a template for a lot of Europeans. Like, this is why we can't have nice things, fucking crazy. But Germans do have a deep spiritual connection to Florida. I mean, I don't know if you've ever had a German come up to you being like, oh, are you American? It's like, do you know Fort
I went to
Myers,
Miami,
Florida?
and it
Do you know
changed
Fort
my
Myers, Florida? My uncle has a condo there. It is the most beautiful place in the world. Like in a deep, like from the heart. And I'm like, I'm happy for you, bro.
It's so cool.
All Germans should be able to go on birthright to to Western Florida.
Germans like the idea of Florida, and I think that you're right about that. But the reality of it is that then a German would never actually step foot in Florida because there's everything that they hate within this state. There is a bunch of minorities. Germans cannot stand minorities just at all. There's way too many, I don't know, like there's a lot of, communities that Germans probably find unrein. There are a lot of, right-wingers, like Florida Man and whatnot. And Germans, hate Jewish people. And where does every old Jewish person in the United States go to retire? Is Florida. Come on.
I do feel like this confluence of emotions perhaps heightens there. It's like, I don't know, when you watch a scary movie and get turned on. Like, it's like, it's, I don't know what's going on. This is a weird place. And
exactly.
That's why they have such a
have
charged
alligators
experience.
there. Alligators. Can we talk about alligators?
There's dinosaurs there.
Big ass alligators.
It's fucking it's like Jurassic Park for Germans. It's all these things that are scary to them at home.
Mosquitoes.
They can view from afar. And they're all like, oh wow, do you see all these alligators and Jewish people?
Swamps.
Like, well, we don't have those in Germany.
They would say it in that order too.
But the thing that I love the most about it is that we got maybe the shittiest op-ed I've read in my entire life. As in shitty, I read the first 3 sentences. Did not even want to bother getting the taking down the paywall so I could read the rest of it, which was this dipshit Süddeutsche article about how East Germany, specifically Saxon, is like Florida.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
I think Kieran was the only one who like made a point of the fact of that the only like similarity that these two places have. Other than that, I couldn't think of a single thing.
Oh yeah, there's Cubans in both of them.
Yeah, like that.
In
that
Saxon?
is, yeah, very
Wait,
few
what?
amount.
But they're very different. They're very, very different Cubans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I made my point, but I do think for both
What did you
people,
say?
it's that this is why we can't have nice things. That they will just, because there was a big thing about like, we're going to take back Florida, and then immediately like, as soon as Florida like went red and there was like a shift towards, especially amongst Cubans, towards Trump, they were just like, all right, let's do a little race science, y'all. The Latino is inherently attracted to a caudillo. Okay, that means in Spanish.
I saw that take too.
Oh my God, seriously?
Yes,
Actually,
these are all real takes from real people.
okay, but that take is what Germans do a lot of the times with Russians. Or
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
we're
with
Saxon
fucking
with
Russians
getting a little
just
close
want-
to.
Yeah, Russians just want dictators. It's
Saxon
just, a
just
thing.
wants a dictator too because
Yeah.
the calipers
Yeah.
are out. You got to measure the Saxon's brain. To
So
see
it's the
why-
whole Florida thing. So like the whole comparison is just based on what they imagine being like Germany's rednecks voting Nazis or something, or voting right wing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole take that they imagine, not seeing the rest of Florida being where people go to retirement. I don't know anyone who goes to Saxon to retire. You probably talked about that when I got cut out. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
No one retires in Saxon. Saxon's just the spot
Exactly.
where you're a rich West. No, there's a comparison actually there too, maybe, of that you're a rich West German and you go and
Retire in Dresden.
no, you don't retire there. You just destroy it, and then you go and fucking still live in Frankfurt or whatever. But you own half of fucking Saxon because
That's
you're
true.
the owners of
Yes.
Aldi or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm very interested to hear the long form comparison, like 12-page essay about how Leipzig is like Miami. That there is like a non-offensive German rapper that's like "Welcome to Leipzig," where the heat is
Where it's like a brisk
Leipzig.
24 degrees.
Oh my God. Actually, Leipzig is kind of... Well,
yeah, Miami.
yeah, but like...
I should clarify.
It is Miami.
I should
I'm
clarify
just
for
saying
everyone.
more like a left kind of like, with Leipzig. Oh, not really left, but Konowitz is left, of course.
Yeah.
But Leipzig as a student city and Miami as the party capital town. I don't know.
Look, there's Will Smith. It's Miami.
We should clarify that the article did not make any of these salient points. It was just like,
Damn.
Florida. But I do think there's something there if you read between the lines, And I should point out that Donald Trump switched his registration to Florida in the past 4 years. So he ran as a Florida president. And even though I guess he was registered in New York City still in 2016, he is 100% like a Florida, like when you think of like, oh, that president is from that state, like, oh, we need, like Kennedy's from Massachusetts, like Trump is like from Florida, like Mar-a-Lago's
Rob,
there, and his and the MAGA base, like at the villages and stuff. I know there was some stuff about how they went a little bit towards Biden, but like that's his base. Like retirees who are like, MS-13 is going to come chop my head off if I don't triple lock the door. And buy several guns.
Rob, you're an East Coast guy. You just you're chilling in your finished basement. Having a solid one. What is the maybe this isn't a Boston thing, but I know this is a New Jersey, New York thing, because everyone on my mom's side of the family dreams of the day that they can retire and move to Florida. They fucking love it.
They do. I will say, I think it's a little more like they don't love it, but they're like, well, it's just too cold here. I got to go. And, you can golf and it's warm. And, they kind of like rationalize it a bit. That's my impression.
Yeah. And I mean, it is how you could have, I guess the thing that then just bugs me so much about this, and like, again, that is that Germany found a 7-year-old meme that they're just trying to like revive, but how you could then look at Florida, just how like demographically the state's built up. And my first question would be like, why is Florida not more blue? Florida has a lot of major cities. The retiree thing, okay, yeah, obviously they're going to all vote Republican and be fucking psychopaths. But like,
old people always do that.
Of course, yeah. But like, think
old
about
people
like,
who have enough money to move across the country.
Yeah,
and retire
exactly.
somewhere else.
But then you think about
Those
the sense of like, all right, we jokingly mentioned Pitbull, indirectly, but like, okay, there's a massive there's
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, so there's a massive like
Mr. International.
Yeah, even taking
bring the left together. Sorry.
Even taking into consideration the Latino population that then did vote for Trump. There's a massive Latino population that just did not vote in Florida, which is a massive. I mean, you can call it a problem, or you can just call it a symptom of what the United States is. That's common in a lot of states like this. Florida, Arizona being an outlier right now because they magically switched to blue after something that was supposed to happen like 15 years ago. How long was that? I mean, Texas would have been blue 20 years ago if there was actual Latino voter turnout. There's a massive black population, obviously, in Florida as well that does not come out to vote. So that would be the question going on in my brain of like, okay, not the comparison to Zaxxon, but like trying to understand Florida as a good social scientist. The answers aren't that stupid. But no, fuck that. Like I'm gonna fucking what?
Did you say it would come like with the election thing? Because Zaxxon actually had a similar problem with
but Zaxxon doesn't have just like the
no, of
make
course
the comparison.
Not
Is what I'm trying to say. No, of course not.
Of course.
But,
no, of course. That is just a stupid piece of like trying to make it a cultural thing, trying to make people voting for Trump a cultural thing, trying to make people being Nazis a cultural thing.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that. I'm just
or
an
income thing as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this. Germans love 9gag because they just didn't understand the internet. Okay,
so relatable.
No, like I hope that people know that like 9gag is like only a site in Germany. Like anyone who showed you something, yes, anyone who showed you something from 9gag in any other country, they were fucking weird. Like,
but it's all in English.
Yeah, I know, because it's for you guys, so that you can pretend that you're part of American culture, and that's exactly what Florida is right now for Germans. Is that you're 7 years late to this meme? You're pretending that it's normal because you're gonna go fucking show your friend all these Florida memes. Not you, Yulia, but Germans.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
They're gonna show their friends like their fucking Florida memes and be like, "Guck mal, Junge, wie lustig ist das denn bitte?" And then like.
That would be the fucking dream of every lib in Germany, just having something like Sachsenmann or something like that.
They'd love it. Because,
I mean, they are doing it. They are just not calling it that.
Yeah, because you guys had your brains polluted by 9gag, which was never a thing. All right?
Here's our new Corner Späti operation, which is we're going to take like an embarrassing picture of me with like, I don't know, a cheap beer in my hand or something, and we'll turn it into the Saxon man meme. And then eventually we'll drop a year later that I'm not even German. I got you all.
Oh my god, that would blow everyone's mind.
Damn, that's
German society collapses just in time for the election.
Hell yeah, Kieran is our Catholic overlord.
I want to say a little bit on Nick's point is that I do think, and if there's anything to take out of the U.S. election, it can't be immediately applied to the European context, but I do think it is a trend. I do think it's very strong in the U.K., which is that, especially at the presidential level, to some extent at all levels, the parties are just completely drained of any. It's not just that they're not offering whatever, like proper material solutions to people's problems. Everyone just knows deep down that this is all a big clown show. It's just a game. It's just something to do for fun if you care about it. You can piss off the libs or you can piss off the MAGA chuds. And basically you can either choose to do that, and if someone's like, I don't really want to do that, then they just don't vote. Maybe on local levels there's some, I don't know, Congress people you can get elected because then it depends more on turnout. But I don't know, to do what? Like, how many are you going to get? Because on any to actually change something electorally nationally, you're going to have enough of a wave. That was the big thing going into this year. Everyone's like, it's a wave election and it's all going to change. And then it didn't happen. And everyone's like, oh, well, I guess there's not a wave actually. But we're going to keep telling ourselves that we're really a part of some big movement here.
Rob, that's why you log on to 9gag. You can just lose yourself a little bit.
And I think if there's any news,
you're just a sweet little German boy. You know, you have nothing else going in your life. That's it. 9gag is.
But 9gag, I just think it's those jokes can't hit as much anymore. Like they're just going to go away.
But
people got to go to. Yeah, but people can only pretend for so long. I don't know. Maybe Germany's got a little stability, and you know the Truman Show that is Germany. You know, you can go to the borders of you know, you go to the Alps, the Austin Nordsees, and then the borders, but you can't go outside that because scary things are happening. Anyway, what I was saying with this kind of this form of politics, it's maybe not the case in Germany. I don't know. We can talk about it. It's maybe trending that way, especially when it turns to like the off day. We have to stop the off day at all costs. It's probably like that at the EU level. For how people think about this, like what it means to vote for one group or another. And that's why I think we shouldn't just dismiss it as like, oh, that's America, they're crazy. But I think the dynamics there show a trend that will be coming, that is being, I don't know, it's just ahead of the curve in this one respect.
I mean,
coming to an election near you.
I was about to say, I mean, we have an election coming up in Germany. And I mean, it goes into the direction of like Green Party and maybe CDU and Green Party. So it's basically what you said. It's kind of like, okay, you can take on the streets, you can do like Fridays for Futures and climate justice and etc. But in the end, you vote for the Green Party.
Yeah. And in the end, nothing will fundamentally change.
Exactly.
As Joe Biden said.
Yeah.
Baden-Württemberg, but the whole country.
Yes.
Yeah, Schwarz-Grün.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, and there is like, I think there's a fair comparison because I've been catching up in my reading lately. But like, there is a fair comparison with like, oh, we must stop the Cheeto in chief at all costs with the AfD because, you know, the whole thing that happened under the Trump's presidency is like they got the courts, they got the Supreme Court. The Republicans just have that now forever. Or for a very, very fucking long time. And I was reading recently that like people forget that the AfD started as the Professenpartei of just like, you know, right-wing conservative intellectuals. And
Jan Fleischhauer types. People who look like Jan Fleischhauer.
People who look like Jan Fleischer but are maybe like a bit more competent to never put themselves in front of a TV screen or like in front of a camera. Because like a lot of them
Are you saying that Jan Fleischhauer is braver than the troops for doing that?
Yes.
Oh,
give him your seat on the bus. But like a lot of those people, even after AfD left the whole like we're the ordo liberal economics party and became like Pegida, like those people still exist and they're like in the courts and they're basically the people who did that whole ECB ruling. If we remember from earlier this year, that was just like the ECB can't do anything, can't spend any money on the southern economies without our consent.
That classic Ramones song, "The ECB took my baby away."
Yeah, they did. And the baby is Italy ever having a functioning economy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
like,
exactly. They're all massive friends with like AfD types. So. Yeah, no, it's you can stop the AfD and like in the Bundestag if you want, or make them or like neuter them or whatever. But like a lot of them got what they wanted.
Well, I think the number one,
it's like in Greece, stopping. Well, now it's different with the court ruling, of course, of Gordon Dawn. But I mean, when Nea Demokratia was elected, you didn't need the further right people anymore. So if you already have people in kind of like functioning and voting.
That's a weird case that you just mentioned, though, because the Golden Dawn ruling, if our listeners remember from our episode that we did with Pavlos Rufos, was that it was the court case was brought up by the ND government.
That is interesting.
Yeah. So it was before Syriza even like took power. Yeah.
It be your own people sometimes.
Yeah, so I mean, they did it. I mean, like I get what obviously you're saying is that then like Nea Demokratia's like rhetoric became more right wing, but the way that they facilitated that was then also to show that they themselves are also an anti-fascist party, which is like a little bit different.
But that's the same what the CDU says.
Yeah,
basically, and it's the same what the CSU says as well. Even though
there was a good investigative report done recently. I've been catching up a lot of reading, guys. But like it was like Asahi TV, which is like a Japanese TV station, Ard, Build, and then Bellingcat. Basically proved that like Frontex, like I think that probably everyone already knew that Frontex was like a part of like the pushback operations.
Of course,
yeah. Like for anyone who doesn't know, the actual operations that like will drive by migrant boats and like push them back into other waters with like waves after like disabling their engines or wings when they run out of fuel. Some of them even involving like they get onto like Greek land and then they're just bagged up and dropped back into like Turkish waters.
Yeah, they're like throwing people in the water as well. Yeah, when they're already reached Greece.
But like the report was very clear at the beginning that like, oh, we've known the Turkish Coast Guard and the Greek Coast Guard have been doing this forever, or for a very long time. So again, sure, Nea Demokratia, whatever. Golden Dawn kind of got what they wanted there. Like that's. I mean, Golden Dawn supporters are probably just forever mad at something, like the Elders of Zion or whatever. But like, if they were being rational about it, that's a win in their books.
Yeah, of course. And that is what I was talking about. I mean, you have the same with the CDU, CSU after 2015, and saying that you have to kind of like fish on the right in the wait, that was very German. Im rechten Gewässern fischen, am rechten Rand fischen. So trying to catch voters that they left to further right parties like the AfD, for example. So saying that this broke whatever the idea of Germany or something like that, and we have to fix it because Merkel ruined Germany or something like that. Even like she got so much backlash out of her own party for her refugee policies. For what people say, like I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone kind of. Like, everyone who doesn't like Merkel and like stuff, I'm like, yeah, I get that. But then there's like, who's going to replace her? Competition to the CDU, and they're like, oh no, I don't like any of these people a lot more. These are monsters.
Yeah, I mean, Merz. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I think. Does anyone have anything else on like the consequences of the U.S. election?
Nah, I don't give a shit anymore.
No.
Yeah,
I got it all out of me.
More to come coming soon to a country near you.
Yeah, possibly. Oh god.
So
I'm looking forward to 2021.
Are we going to? So I know we want to end with the Megarika, but we would. COVID is going on.
Yeah, I mean, like
you guys are all in lockdown.
Yeah, we're all in lockdown again, but I feel like it's a bit weird not to mention like one of the big pieces of news, which is that there's like a very successful vaccine out now, or like it looks like it's going ahead, 90% successful from Pfizer and whatever this German company was called,
BioNTech, yeah.
It's like it's BioNTech. It's like Toys R Us.
No, it's BioNTech.
BioNTech. Yeah. So like that's pretty cool. Whatever. I think Germany has already ordered 100 million doses, which would cover 50 million people because you need 2 doses.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty decent. Or whatever.
Let the games begin.
I'm gonna get fucking geeked up on the fucking COVID vaccine.
Yeah, 2 doses. That's for it. That's for layboys. I'm getting 12.
Fucking popping these fucking COVID vaccines like they're Smarties.
You just get a job temporarily as like the person handling transit, and then it's just the meme from fucking Spider-Man 1 with Green Goblin being like, "We have not yet reached the fullest of human potential."
Yeah, no, it's just me. It's just me having no idea how vaccines work, and I just give myself the most severe form of COVID that kills me in a matter of like a day.
Sounds
We're
beautiful.
all just chugging it rather than injecting it.
Bro, I heard if you fucking snort the COVID vaccine, it hits you way faster.
Yeah, right? Okay, but like, this is where the fun starts to fucking happen, folks, because First of all, Pfizer has made a fucking killing, so yay! The notoriously good company, Pfizer. Then there's also the fact that like they're incredibly delicate to transfer. It needs like negative something like 50 degrees or 40 degrees in refrigeration to transfer them, so that's going to be fucked up a couple of times. Jesus, what else? I'm really liking the concept of watching a Biden presidency trying to convince the anti-vaxxer population of the US to take this vaccine.
Oh, Germany, same.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing is that Germany, it's safe that the 50 million things are just for everyone in the country because half the countries are just fucking anti-vaxxers to begin with.
That's true.
We won't need it anymore after that.
Yeah, they just like made their calculations like, all right, so 25% of this country is just fucking insane. All right, cool.
You just let little Lucas play with little Timo, because if Timo has COVID-19, you just let them play together. That is the natural way it should go.
Yeah.
Easy.
Just let Timo just like shove that whole dead rat into his mouth. Do it, Timo. Go for it. You are stronger now.
I just want to say, I don't know. I don't think this is I don't know which vaccine this is going to apply to, but I'm not going to take the vaccine because I'm waiting for the one that has all of the good Bill Gates shit. The tracking device, the one that has Jeffrey Epstein's semen in it. All the foreskins that they just stirred up, that they reduced to a nice sauce and like just kind of poured it into the vaccine. I'm waiting for that one.
I'm taking the Russian one. I take the Russian one.
Yeah, I love a fucking foreskin reduction. You know.
Russian or none?
So I'm patient. I'm staying in quarantine until I get my vaccine.
I want the Italian one, which is the same one Rob gets, but there's pasta water put in, so it just comes out a little thicker.
They grate a little bit of Parmesan cheese at the end, you know. Yeah.
You just get a whole wheel of cheese afterwards as a chaser. I guess the other thing as well that I want to talk about is because there was such a fucking lib brain moment that I really loved that was just like immediately discredited today. So the Pfizer claimed that they had this for a while and delayed announcing it because they didn't want to announce it while Trump was president, kind of thing. They wanted to wait until the election was done. Anyway, anyone who actually thought that or believed that's a fucking idiot. Because here's what actually happened. Pfizer boss, the Pfizer CEO, sold $6 million worth of his shares when prices spiked on the announcement of the COVID vaccine. The company said it was a pre-arranged sale and the timing trade was locked in. Sure. But what happens if you control the timing of the announcement? Fucking great. It was a fucking
So you're telling me that this dude's going to prison for a few years? Probably.
Yes, that will happen. Yeah. That will happen. That will be related to our Megarika, don't you worry.
I also locked in.
I love fucking going to the jail for the same reason as Martha Stewart.
Rob, you were saying?
I was just saying I locked in all of the trades I did right before 9/11 too. It was a complete coincidence. So I know a lot of people have been asking me about it, but
yeah, I used to have a few shares in this company called Enron. You know.
Oh, Enron, that was a fun ride.
It made me rich as shit. Don't worry. I'm not going to explain why.
But yeah, that's the vaccine. Some other good things have happened. Like there was a scare there for a while for anyone who was like blackpilled like myself that Pfizer wouldn't release the like formula or how to make it because that's what you have to do is like tell other companies how to mass produce it. But now that's happened. Some German and Belgian companies are going to be mass producing it here in Europe and stuff. So that's cool.
Can we get the Garfield pizza place to also have the secret formula?
The vaccine is shaped like pizza, like Garfield's head, contains milk and vegetable sauce.
And the secret, what's this Garfield eats?
Garfield eats
sauce, yeah.
Garfield vaccinates, my new startup.
While you get the vaccination, you see old episodes of Garfield and Friends. All right. And with that insane stuff, I think it's time
good luck with COVID, everyone.
Good luck with it. If you want to get it now. The vaccine's just around the corner. So I think it's now time to talk our recurring segment of Megarika.
Hell yeah, dude. It's been a while.
It has been a while, where we are going to talk about one of Europe's bestest boys. So for my co-hosts, I did send the map in our WhatsApp chat, so you can see what countries are still on the table. Okay. And for anyone who hasn't heard Megarika before, this is the recurring segment sporadically where Kieran has found one of Europe's richest people, and I'm going to give them 3 facts about this guy, and they have to guess who he is or what country he comes from. So, is everyone ready to play?
Yes.
How is Cyprus still on the map? We had one Cyprus guy, right?
Yeah, there's 2. Yeah, because it's
okay.
The richest guy in Cyprus is also the richest guy in Norway.
I remember about 4 of these, so yeah, I'm ready.
I need to keep the map open because I forget.
I have my map open too, so we're good.
Yeah. Well, I've got like the Minority Report thing going on. There's the map. All right. So, net worth 412 million.
What? Wow.
Wait.
Yeah.
I knew Biden was going to raise
taxes.
That's
a lot, right?
But I didn't know about that
it's a
much.
lot for us, but it's small potatoes in the world's richest.
Okay, yeah, you always have to tell me because everything over €1,000 sounds a lot for me.
This is actually this person made all their money from just having the world's largest Patreon. You know, it's just
no, but so in comparison,
they're not even they're not even a capitalist. They're just an artisan. You know, they draw a Garfield fanfic and sell it on their Patreon, and they've just raised. It's like J.K. Rowling. You know, they just raised it from their own creativity.
So, why are they rich? Car manufacturing.
Like I said, and they sell them on Patreon.
Yep.
Handcrafted cars. No assembly line. No workers. A one-person co-op making cars.
Okay. Fact number 1. Piece of information number 1. The Megarika got his start working for the German car company Volkswagen in the 70s, after successfully turning his saddle-making company into a car seat-making company.
All right.
In the 90s, he used his connections to start up some motor part supply companies that worked within VW's supply chain. He aggressively bought other companies within VW's supply chain in Germany and his native country, making the German company of Volkswagen incredibly reliant on him. More on that later. Within his home country, this Megarika is revered, offering grants to keep college-educated people from leaving, and his companies offer higher than the average wage. Wow. However, within Germany, he is known as a union buster, a downsizer, and a salary shrinker. So, my first favorite fact about this guy is he's trying to do like neo-colonialism to Germany, so that's fun.
I mean, I stand a king, so...
Fact number 2. This Megarika's car parts company has gotten into a feud with the German car giant Volkswagen.
Taking on the big companies too. We stand.
Taking on the big one. This Megarika's company claims that in 2016, Volkswagen refused to pay 58 million owed, so they stopped production on Volkswagen car seats. In retaliation, Volkswagen cut all ties with this Megarika's company, and an alleged spying war occurred.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, this all led to a VW employee winding up dead in a burnt car in Wolfsburg.
This one.
Yeah,
I see.
This employee allegedly was one of the people recording private Volkswagen meetings and then presumably leaking it to.
I guess they allegedly also shot themselves twice in the back of the head too, right?
And set their own car on fire. Yes, allegedly.
I hate when that happens.
It happens to the best of us. I did it twice this week. The Megarika's company said the death was a, quote, tragic event and declined to comment further.
All right, yeah.
Thoughts and prayers, y'all.
As you would do if someone just ends up fucking murdered on your watch.
Yeah. Fact number 3, and our final fact. In 2018, every one of this Megarika's company's senior staff was arrested for money laundering. Suspiciously, after the first 2 arrests, the police stopped releasing names and suspects. Stopped releasing the names of those who were arrested and the companies they work for. While media and journalists suspected that the Megarika should be arrested because every one of his companies has been involved in money laundering and the local mafia, He wasn't. Wild. Shocked Pikachu meme. Crazy. Also,
can you say that again? Wait.
Sure. The police stopped releasing names of suspects, the arrested people, the companies they work for. Media and journalists in the country suspected that Megarika should be arrested because every one of his companies was involved in money laundering and the local mafia. But he wasn't arrested. Wild. Also, his 2 sons now run his main company, but they might as well be dead because I can't find fucking anything on them. So we're talking about him. And that's what I've got on this guy. So,
Interesting.
Who has any guesses or clarifying questions?
Does it only make seats, or are there also other car parts that are made, or just cars in general?
It's all car parts manufacturing, I should say, and he does make a lot of them because he's been buying up basically all the companies in VW supply chain.
That's just good business.
All right, who wants to go first? Then, if not me,
I'll go first. I don't know. It's probably gonna be a small country, so Moldova.
Moldova, all right.
Belarus is still on here, but didn't we do Belarus? Wasn't the video game guy?
Yeah, I have to check again.
Yeah, Belarus is contested.
Yeah, that is World of Tank guy. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. Poland is taken because I thought of cars. I thought of Poland first, but
very German of you.
I know, I'm sorry. And Hungary also, but they do manufacture in Hungary, so I don't think that it would be in Wolfsburg. So
I'm going to say Slovakia because I think it's connected to Škoda or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought of that as well.
Škoda is Czech, actually. Whatever. Fuck it. I'm Škoda's Czech, but I'm going to stick with Slovakia.
So I'm going to say Albania.
Ooh. All right. So I'm going to say that all of you are wrong, but I'm going to say that geographically, Yulia was closest.
Okay, I'm going to say Bosnia.
What are other people saying?
All right, I'll do Montenegro instead.
Since since the Albanian mafia is also in Bosnia, I'm just going.
I'm just picking the smallest countries. Montenegro.
Okay. What are you thinking, Nick?
What did Julia say? Albania?
Bosnia
now because
but Albania was the country that she said first.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't give a shit. Montenegro.
Okay.
Wait, is that what Rob said?
Yeah, you fucking cloud chaser.
I'll say Macedonia.
Right.
Montenegrin mafia? Come on, guys. They all stayed in Serbia.
That's how they're really good. You don't even know about them.
Yeah, it's like the Chinese Secret Service. All right, so the correct answer is Bosnia and Herzegovina. This is Nijaz.
Yes.
This is Nijaz Hastor, the guy who runs Prevent and the ASA Group, which is a bunch of like car manufacturing parts.
You gotta go by mafia, guys. Sorry again.
Yeah, he's definitely involved with the like Bosnian mafia or whatever they are. It's great, and his sons Keenan and Demir.
Keenan and Kel, fucking
Bosnian Keenan and Kel. They're such an odd couple. One of them's a Croat, but like, yeah, it's a very strange one because they do not live in Bosnia anymore. They stay out of the public eye, and everyone in Bosnia loves them. Like, basically, there's just like a bunch of interviews with a bunch of like Serbian people. Is like, yeah, I don't hate Bosniaks anymore because I got this job at this guy's factory or whatever. But then, like, within Germany, he's just trying to do colonialism and, like...
I like that. I support it, though.
Within Germany. Yeah, that is very interesting.
I don't like the murder, but, you know...
Like, he seems to be better known in Germany amongst, like, auto worker unions.
Oh, no, he wants to break up unions in Germany, doesn't he? He's kind of sus.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait,
maybe he's ultra left. He thinks that they're too bureaucratic, the German unions, and that the Bosnian his Bosnian nationalist movement will bring true communism. To
when did that murder happen?
2016.
2016.
Kind of suspicious. Kind of suspicious how quickly you answered that, Kieran. Where were you in 2016, huh?
Wolfsburg, where all the happening things are happening.
But the trial, that's still going on, right?
Yeah,
because I think I remember just recently reading something about that.
Recently the police recently released like the statement being like, we suspect foul play happened in this like car that was burnt down and written in German, "You traitor" on it or something. Yeah, we think foul play happened here.
Okay.
So who did they arrest for doing the trial? It says an 18-year-old, or am I looking at something else? All right, now cut that if I'm wrong. Who is on trial? You mentioned that they arrested 2 people.
Oh, they arrested like a bunch of people who are basically the second in command of all of this guy's companies.
Okay.
Like the managers or whatever for money laundering and being involved with the local mafia and basically just not paying taxes. That's another thing as well. But like there was just this point in 2018 where all the like Bosnian papers are being like, when is Hastor going to get arrested? And then like no follow-ups to those stories at all. So I don't think he's been arrested. Probably
not. But his kids are also gone, right? So
his kids are around, but like I don't know. They don't appear anywhere. Guys, I did a lot of translating Bosnian today. It was rough.
All right. Well, I gotta say, the enemy of the Germans is a friend of mine, so tentative critical support.
But not of the unions. Not of the unions, though, Rob. That is very not left wing of you.
No, we're like a weird form of anti-Deutsch where we have to destroy Germany first before we can have unions.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
you gotta see, right. You gotta have the right sequence.
And with that, it's good to be back, guys. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I
hope it was fun. Bro. It was. I hope it was fun to read about the Bosnian Mafia.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, Kieran, that during the beginning part of this quarantine fun time, I spent most of my time either watching Twilight or the Fast and Furious movies. So I wish I could give you a big bro moment right now that they always have, and that then we could pray together, because if no one knows, all the Fast and Furious people are really Christian in the movies.
Yes, they are.
They are?
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's hilarious.
I don't remember that part.
They're all Trump voters to defend against the deaths of the unborn. They're definitely that kind of Christian, 100%.
But in a big bro hug that I'm giving Kieran right now via the internet, we will see you guys all next week then. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.